US-Canada ice hockey match erupts into chaos amid anti-Trump chants. Montreal. A fierce ice hockey match between the United States and Canada quickly spiraled into a chaotic brawl, fueled by a chorus of anti-Donald Trump jeers from the crowd. The highly anticipated showdown at the Four Nations face-off saw 3 fights break out within just 9 seconds of the puck hitting the ice, setting the tone for a night of high emotions and intense rivalry. The Bell Centre in Montreal was already filled with tension as Canadian fans loudly booed the U.S. national anthem for the second consecutive game in the NHL-run international tournament. The hostile atmosphere followed recent geopolitical tensions between the two countries, largely attributed to Trump's renewed threats of imposing significant tariffs on Canadian exports. Political undercurrents and rising tensions. The animosity toward the U.S. team was further amplified by recent events, including a visit by Stanley Cup winners, the Florida Panthers, to the White House. During the visit, Panthers star Matthew Tkachuk and his teammates presented President Trump with a team jersey, a move that seemed to deepen resentment among Canadian hockey fans. Recognizing the heightened emotions, public address announcer Michel Lacroix had made a pre-game plea for respect, urging fans in both French and English to honor the national anthems and the players. However, his appeal did little to deter the crowd, as jeers once again accompanied the playing of the U.S. anthem, though reports suggested they were slightly less intense than during the previous match against Finland. Brawls break out seconds after the puck drops. As soon as the puck was dropped, tensions boiled over into physical altercations on the ice. Just 2 seconds into the game, Matthew Tkachuk challenged Canada's Brandon Hagel to drop the gloves, setting off a chain reaction of fights. Almost immediately afterward, his younger brother, Brady Tkachuk, engaged in a bout with Sam Bennett at the next face-off. Before the game could settle into a rhythm, yet another brawl erupted as players clashed in a mass scuffle, drawing in nearly every skater on the ice. Amidst the melee, JT Miller and Colton Parayko engaged in their own fight, further escalating the situation. Fighting, while controversial in other sports, remains a long-standing tradition in North American ice hockey. Players generally avoid severe penalties as long as they drop their sticks and fight with their fists, adhering to an unwritten code that discourages the use of weapons. Coaches and players react to the mayhem despite the explosive start. Canada's head coach John Cooper, a 2-time Stanley Cup winning strategist, denied that the fights were premeditated. "That wasn't 2 coaches throwing guys over and saying, 'This is happening,' none of that happened," Cooper insisted. "That was as organic as it gets." The game marked the first time the United States and Canada had faced each other in a best-on-best tournament format since the 2016 World Cup of Hockey. The U.S. ultimately triumphed 3-1, securing their place in the championship game in Boston. The potential for another heated rematch against Canada remains high. Reflecting on the fiery contest, U.S. coach Mike Sullivan described